Hi everyone, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for Product Pulse today. I'll be your host for the day. My name is Jill Anafredi, and I'm a product marketing manager here, and I get to work on the product that we're going to be talking about. So that's why I'm here. Don't worry, Bronson has not gone anywhere. He will still be here, and you'll actually see him in the chat moderating some questions. If you want to kick things off, let us know where you're joining from in the chat, and we'll be able to look at those, look at your questions throughout. I'm also here with Kristen. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Kristen Smith. I am a group product manager over our core services group. Been at Awardco for almost 5 years now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And to kind of kick us off and lead us into the product we're going to talk about today, Kristen, we're both bakers. What is the best thing you've baked recently?
Oh, I made chocolate cake on Sunday with my niece for her birthday.
That sounds so good right
and
now.
we put chocolate mousse in between. It was so good.
That
so
sounds
good.
like so good. And like, I just feel like my tummy, like, oh, that sounds so good right now. I would say the last thing I made, it was not as good. It was experimental. I made like a chocolate chip pistachio halva cookie. So it was like pretty savory.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. It's not something you make all the time, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we connect on baking all the time, which is a good segue into the tool that we're going to be talking about today, which is Awardco Connections. And kind of what we've discovered is that people are connecting organically through Awardco all the time. Like if I get a recognition from someone saying, hey, thanks for holding the door for me today, or thanks for like the ride when I needed to head back to the shop, that is a human-to-human connection, and that is happening organically throughout our platform. And it's something that we wanted to really build off of and help you guys as admins better enable your people to be able to do that right in the platform. And so we're going to walk you through 4 different features today that'll be a part of the Awardco Connections platform. So announcements, user profiles, user groups, and then user pages. We'll be going through the 4 of those today to kind of show you what that all looks like and then how you can like implement that across your company to better connect your people. But then Kristen's going to show you some really cool stuff around how you can also use that to show all of the hard work that you're doing as well.
Yeah. I'm super excited to show. So we're going to get started with a demo. And we're going to start with some stuff that we've already got in the platform that everyone already has access to, and that's the user profiles. Because like Jill was saying, we connect as humans. We connect when we know more about each other, when we are able to relate to each other a little bit more. So if we log into the platform, I'm just going to click on my profile so we can see a little bit more about me. But in the profile is where everything is going to start to bloom from. So this is where your employees can come and put more information about themselves so they can start to learn more about each other. They can say a little bit more about how they like to be recognized or what their favorite food is, what they love to do. Baking, of course.
Cinnamon rolls.
Love it. But they can also share personal information about themselves. Like if they wanted to make their birthday public so people can share like on their birthday, they can have a lot of fun there. So user profiles we already started with this. We've already started this connections journey. And so coming in here and filling in information about yourself is really that catalyst that is going to kind of set us forward on this connections journey. And so user profiles, don't forget about them. They're there. They're so much fun, and they're just going to be so much more that we can do with them in the future.
I love this so much because there was a real life application that I had a few weeks ago. We had a guy on our team. He's like a big personality. We wanted to make him feel appreciated, but we didn't realize his birthday was coming up like the next day.
Yeah.
And so it was like a late night scramble to say, okay, what do we get him for his birthday? What would he like? We were actually able to go in and look at his user profile to see that cheesecake and Skittles were what he likes to have as a treat. And it was so nice because we were able to run to the gas station real quick, get some Skittles, like overnight a cheesecake. It was perfect. And he had no idea. It was last minute. Hopefully he's not watching. Jess, if you're seeing this, you don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the benefit of user profiles is that information is there. It's also opt-in. And so like if I didn't want anyone to know that I'm obsessed with cheesecake, I wouldn't have to put it in there. And I can also make things private.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So there's a lot of flexibility coming from the user profiles. And one of the next features that I want to dive into is our user group feature, because that is where we want to take this information next. So I want to touch on it just a little bit here on the connections. So on our connections tab, we already have our organization connections, but we're going to start introducing this concept of user groups. We already have metadata. We get your metadata from your HRIS system. That's pretty good, but it's metadata. It comes from your HRIS
It's not sexy. It's in a CSV file.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of different ways that people organize throughout the company that might not be directly tied to metadata. It might be a combination of metadata with a couple of other things. So you can see that I'm in a couple of different groups. I'm, of course, in our product leadership group. I'm a part of our book club. We're running a book club for the next couple of months with just my group specifically, with our core services group. We're reading deep work. And so we have a book club for that, also part of the women's ERG. So you can see what part of groups that people are in. And you can also see product leadership is a private group. These other two are public. When I'm on another person's profile, so let's just jump in and look at Keith really quick and look at Keith's connection. I can see that Keith's part of our pickleball group. So he likes to go and play pickleball. So now I can see like what's Keith up to. So we can kind of get a little bit more of those connections, build those connections throughout the platform. And I want to show you what building a group looks like because I think it's fun.
While you set that up, I love this so much just because I feel like groups are a way that people connect all the time. Like I have probably hundreds of Slack channels that I am a part of, but there are a lot of different tools that we as employees and then also like admins are in every single day, and it can get overwhelming knowing what to use for what. I really think I probably use 20 different tools throughout any given day. And so I love that Awardco. I know that this is a place where I can see what my colleagues are interested in, and then also connect with them through that way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's all about, right? Let's bring more good into the platform.
Right, and consolidate, because who needs more complication in life, ever?
Absolutely not. And there's a lot of noise throughout. Like you mentioned, Slack. We run our women's ERG in Slack. When there's an event, you got to scroll up to the top to find where it is. Like, it can get very, very noisy. And so to have a nice little home where you can put this information, consolidate it a lot better, that's what our hope is this becomes a nice little hub for all of those important communication pieces and those connection pieces as well.
Amazing.
So here's a couple of groups that I've got in here just as examples. As you can see, I've got some things for like product leadership. Like I mentioned, that one's a private group, but I've got some public groups as well, like our book club and our pickleball players as well. If I jump into just product leadership, for example, product leadership, I can kind of pull that out of my metadata in my user file, but it's a combination of metadata. It's not just like one specific thing. So if I jump over here into members, you can see I'm able to use, similar to how we have our metadata creator, rather than creating more metadata and just bulking out your user file, you can create these user groups directly in here with a combination like you can in the metadata creator. So these are my people in product that have either a job title of director and a VP, but I've also included myself because I want to be in there regardless if I meet that criteria or not. So this way you're able to have combinations of groups as well, not just metadata, but metadata combinations as well as named users as well. So if you've got people that need to be in there, so like if you've got honorary members on your marketing team.
I feel like I'm an honorary product member sometimes.
Yes,
and
exactly.
so I love that because I mean, there's nothing more complicated than maintaining a, what are they called? Distribution list?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I hate distribution lists, respectfully to the IT friends. But it can be really challenging to say like, okay, this person is on this team, but like our roles in product are shifting around constantly. Like the teams are always moving, which is fun for people to get new experience. But it can be a pain to manage in a separate system.
Yeah, and so this will keep up to date with your metadata that's coming from the HRIS, plus any other rules that you decide to build in. So we're making it very flexible, making it very easy to manage. And the other thing when we were showing this at Summit that hit really, really well is down here, the ability to delegate ownership. So you don't have to, as an HR admin, be the one that's always managing and upkeeping this particular group. So you can send this off to a department head or an executive assistant or an ERG leader if it's an ERG group, or the book club, whoever's running the book club. You can delegate that ownership. They can keep in charge of that list, make sure that that stays updated. So that way you don't have to bury yourself.
Should we pause for like a virtual round of applause for that? Because I think everyone on this will feel that deeply. Like this is something that we've seen from admins that they are so excited to be able to just say, hey, run with the women's ERG. Hey, you run with the book club. Because like as the culture creators in any organization, you guys have so many responsibilities, from engagement surveys to running things like clubs and ERGs. That's a lot. So help use this to help you delegate.
Exactly. Yeah. And as a super admin, I can do everything. I can oversee everything. I can make sure everything is nice and safe. When I set an individual owner, they only get access to this group. So they actually don't get access to the admin area. I'll show you what it looks like on the group side in just a second. But it really is a very tight and controlled. We don't want to call it permission because it's not permissions. It really is just ownership over this particular group. And you can delegate it to as many people as you need to. That way you can just share that love.
Share the love, delegation of work, but also like our women's ERG kills it.
Yeah.
And I love that we are going to be able to put it into a centralized place. And I think with like the pages, you'll show us how it'll be easier for the members to also find information, which is one of the challenges that I face as an employee, but we're looking to solve with this tool.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a couple different, one more thing that I want to touch on groups, and then we'll jump into pages, which is also super, super fun, is there's two different types of groups that we have. We've got those public groups and those private groups. I mentioned product leadership. It's a private group. We don't want people to be able to find that and join that organically. That's pretty locked down. But public group, our book club, our ERGs, anything else, we want to make it open. We want people to be able to find those and join those. And so we can have that more organic experience across the company. And it doesn't have to be dictated by the HRIS. So when people join those, they just get automatically added as a member list and they can start to have access to the page. They'll get access to the announcements, which is another feature that I'll show in just a second. So it's a lot of fun. And the other thing that you can do is if it's a public group, you can allow members to leave or not. So this is one of those where it's like, I don't want people to leave my leadership group. Like, I don't want them to opt out. I don't want them to opt out of that, so I'm not going to check that list. But the book club, maybe somebody decides that they're too busy for the book club. So they can leave the book club, or maybe they, for whatever reason, don't want to be a part of a particular group, or they think it's too noisy. Whatever reason, you can allow members to come and go as they want. And that's settings that you control group by group. So it's not something that's a universal thing. You get to control it group by group here, as well as letting owners know, like, can the owners actually send out those company communications?
Amazing.
So there's just a little bit more of some admin-esque properties in here that you can manage.
No, I love how it's configurable. This is one thing that I've loved since joining Awardco is how configurable everything really is. If you like something, great, you can use it just the way it's built, but our engineers do a really great job of making everything, whether you can toggle it on, toggle it off, and so that it's really specific. Like if you're in government roles, a lot of government roles have really specific rules around how things are done, and so we can configure to what makes the most sense for you.
Exactly. I'm going to jump into pages because pages are fun.
They're really fun.
Yes. So user groups have an option to also have a page associated with them. So if you go in and you create a user group, right now I'm on the product leadership group. I do have a page for them that we can take a look at. But there might be groups that you don't have pages for. Maybe it's like a special, my people ops group that I had on the previous page. I don't have a page for them. I just wanted to have a special group for them. Those can be used to send recognitions to, as well as to send announcements to. So groups show up in recognitions, announcements, as well as these optional pages as well. So let's jump into pages because this is where it gets fun. So you'll notice pages look a lot like home pages. Mm-hmm. That's on purpose.
Crazy.
Yes, we wanted to make them look like home pages because we do want to make them flexible, and they are going to be expandable in the future. This is where I see the most fun coming in the future for Awardco, because the sky really is the limit on what we can add into here. We have so many ideas of doing things like event management and social posts and having things like a milestones widget that just is to this particular group, and so it's not like the main homepage milestones widget. So we have so many ideas on things that we want to add. The very first stuff that we have in here is basic, but it's good enough, which is if I come in and edit the page, you can see in here I've got my text media widget. It's the same exact widget we have on the homepage. So if you're used to managing your homepage, you will be used to seeing this exact editor.
And even if you're not, look at how simple that is. It is simple. So what you see is what you get. I am not a tech savvy person. My HTML days ended with MySpace, and so it's so nice that you can just come in here, type what you want to see, and then like you were mentioning, there will be additional widgets coming so that you can make this page customizable. Kind of reminds me of the Facebook days in 2010.
Yes.
When groups and group pages were everything.
Yeah.
I love this, but we still need something like that in a corporate environment.
Yeah, absolutely. People need that social connection. They need to be able to organize together for sure.
Yeah, and what I love about this is it allows you to like compartmentalize a little bit, because like Slack, I kind of look at, I have too many notifications and I get a little bit overwhelmed. And then I miss out on the fun things like the women's ERG, or what is like the Pride group doing for Pride Month. And so I love this, that I can know where to go for some of the more cultural aspects of my job, and then know that Slack is probably more reserved for urgent communications as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So text media widget, back to here, is super, super easy, super fun to manage. You can come in and you can insert images either by uploading them, or if you've got a hyperlink to a repository already, you can type those in. And then also videos. Videos are tons of fun, right? So if you've got a message about the ERG, or on my pickleball player page, I put a how to play pickleball video, just, to get people, encouraging them to actually.
It's kind of stressful to learn a new sport always.
It is. It was just a YouTube video that I found that I put on the pickleball page. It was kind of fun. So you can come in and you can link whatever you want to and add the pages, make them more personalized, and then you can also send announcements to these groups as well. So pages, tons of fun, lots of stuff coming. But it really is that like homepage and that compartmentalized, like you said, Jill, compartmentalized place where this information is going to come. Let me jump back to the homepage, and we can look at the women's ERG just because I made it super cute with flowers.
Happy spring. Oh, I love it.
So we've got like the cute little flowers, and I've got like an event calendar. So we don't have the like formal event system in here, but I've got links. Yeah, we don't have it yet.
It's on the roadmap.
I can still do that kind of stuff with our our text media widget, because these are just hyperlinks to the public link on the Google Calendar. So I can click on this, I can add it to my calendar, and then I've got a pseudo event management system in the system today, and it makes it really, really easy to manage.
That's so nice, because then you don't have to scroll through a million messages to find how to dress up on the certain day, or like when to bring your child to work kind of thing, all of that.
Exactly. Hey, that's my example, by the way. Don't forget Friday is Take Our House.
I know, I saw that.
That's cute, right?
So fun. And then the cute images as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. I want to pause real quick for a quick question from the group. So someone asked, can anyone make a group, or is that restricted?
It's a setting, actually. So you can say, if you want anybody in the company to be able to create a group, they will be able to create private groups. So there's a permission on your administration that you can let admins create groups, and they can do all the functions that I was just showing. But if you want to let people create private groups, similar to My Circle, but a little bit more light than My Circle, because it's not My Circle, it's just a group. There is a setting, and then you can let anybody at the company create their own private group. It doesn't come with pages, and it doesn't come with the company communications. It really is just them curating a custom group of people that they want to keep track of. Like me, I'm a product manager. My product team doesn't have metadata. So I can create a group for my core services group that includes my like 40 people that are in my department. And I can curate that, I can manage it, and I don't have to be an admin on the system.
I love that, where you can just say, like, this is the working team, essentially, where it's maybe project-based and it's time-bound. It's more of a discrete function. Anyone can create a group for that. I love that.
Yeah.
And you kind of spoke to this, but that doesn't mean pages don't get created for every group.
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah. Administrators, they're the ones that are able to do that. And if you don't want that, that is a company setting. So if you don't want anybody to be able to create their own private group, just don't turn that setting on.
Again, configurable. We love it. We love it.
Yep, we try.
Yeah, we try. Okay, well, should we jump into what the announcements look like?
Yes, announcements are super fun because they are taking the communication channels that we already have in the system and utilizing them to make them more ad hoc and free form. So this is what an announcement looks like on a page. As you can see, it's got the like fancy little AI image that I made, as well as just some information, comments and reactions as well. We were wanting to make these social. We want to make them connected, right? Back to connections. We want to make it so everything is tied together. So comments and reactions get people engaged on these as well. So let's jump into actually the company announcements area.
I love that, especially because we kind of talked about this quite a bit throughout, but announcements can get so overwhelming. And so if you're wanting to make sure that someone is seeing something really important, you'll kind of speak to this, but In our Awardco instance, we have the V2 Mom, which are like our initiatives for the year, pinned on the page.
Yes.
And so it's always easy to find. And so you can pin important announcements so they're always ready to go.
Exactly. I've got my April newsletter pinned to the company homepage. So it's back. Let's actually.
Oh, that's so nice that it doesn't live in an inbox.
Exactly, yeah. So this is pinned on the homepage. Anybody can find it at any time. They can come and see what we're going on around the company. They can come in. I did turn on comments and reactions for this particular one, so if people wanted to, they could. But it's another setting because we love our settings. Okay, so this is announcements. So this is an admin function as well. It can be delegated to other people. And like we saw on the groups, you can let group owners send announcements. They would not see the full list of announcements in here. Only admins would. They would only see the ones that they're able to manage, the ones that they've sent basically. So they would have a very watered down version of this page. But creating an announcement, super easy again. We try to make things as easy as possible. So here's where some cool, powerful stuff is. I can send this to everyone at the company, or right in the announcement flow, I can utilize my HRIS metadata as well as those groups that I've been playing with, right? So if I wanted to send it just to the people that are on the pickleball group, sending them a little message saying, hey, pickleball is canceled because it's raining tomorrow. Then we can send them that little thing, or we can send them information about a tournament happening next month. Whatever it is, I've got my list of people. That's there, it's ready to go. So if we send something to the book club, for example, let's send a message to the book club, letting them know that the book club is gonna have their meeting next week. I've got my reminder for next week. I've got it on my clipboard. Nope, I copied the YouTube link. Let me grab it. I use AI for everything, by the way.
No judgment here.
I know. I just use Gemini to help me create the copy. So we've got our nice little copy in here. So it's letting us know, hey, remember, make sure you read chapter 1 by next week. We're gonna have our conversation with the information about where it needs to be. I'm going to ignore the date and time stuff for now. But this last piece is where are we going to send this to? So are we going to send it to the platform? Are we going to send it through email? So these are also where we're going to be beefing up in the future as well. We want to meet employees where they're at. We want to have Slack. We want to have Teams in here. And eventually we'll get SMS in here as well. When you deliver it through the platform, it will also come if people have the mobile app downloaded. It'll also come as a push notification to help you get those offline workers. So your offline workers, if they're utilizing the mobile app, they'll also see this as a push notification, get that more active in there. Here's where I can pin it to the home page. I can send it through email if I wanted to. That'd send it to everybody. I can turn on and off my comments and reactions. If it's a sensitive message, we might not want to turn on comments and reactions.
We are canceling pickleball. No commentary allowed.
Yeah, maybe not. But again, choice.
Yeah.
Your choice, super easy, nice. And if I come in here and I send this, it's just going to send it right now. I can also schedule it for the future. I can save my drafts. I can do all sorts of stuff. And the cool thing about it is we get the analytics back.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Real quick, before we dive into the analytics, there's a question in the chat around, will there be a discussion board feature within a group's page eventually?
We want to get there, yes.
Yeah.
So to be able to have posts that aren't necessarily tied to an announcement, absolutely yes.
Yeah, but even just looking at like the announcement that you showed with comments, that could kind of act as a discussion board as an interim, which I love that. And then another question that we got is if we can post polls or survey questions to a group page.
Not quite yet, but we definitely want to get there because we're beefing up everything around Engage as well. We want to tie this not just from the survey aspect of it, but if you think about engagement, the analytics that we're getting from people engaging in these groups and the engagement that they're having on user profiles and the information that they're filling out there, that also helps tell the story of your employee engagement. Yeah. So we want to tie those analytics back into your employee satisfaction score, your employee sentiment score. That's what it's called,
No, I love that. And I feel like that creates, like you were mentioning, the full picture. But additionally, with simple surveys, it looks like you could very easily, correct me if I'm wrong, create a simple survey that would act as your poll and then post that link as an announcement.
Totally.
So not embedded, but there are definitely ways to do it with the current status.
Yeah, we're starting on this journey. You guys tell us what you need, and then we'll build it. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So
Always tell us what you want to see in the platform. We will be more than happy to take those and integrate it into the roadmap.
Exactly. Yes. So I've got some analytics in here so you can see for my newsletter, for example, how many people it got targeted to. My analytics aren't coming through because I'm on my test environment, which is sad. But you can see, you'll be able to see how many people it got delivered to, how many people have opened it, commented, reacted on it, both broken out by the in-platform and your email analytics. So we are getting some analytics back from email in terms of like if emails are failing or if they're just not being sent, how many people are opening them. And if you've got a link in that particular email, we'll be able to tell how many people are clicking on that link, which gives you just that extra insight. If you're posting something like, hey, this is a reminder to go take the training, how many people are opening the email, how many clicking on the link to go and take the training, you're going to be able to see those analytics.
I love this so much because admins are always looking to have results. Like, how do you actually measure the impact of what you're doing every day? And so think about how valuable this would be for an ERG. Like, let's say you are a nursing group and you're looking to create an ERG for the night shift. I don't know if that's a thing, but something to that effect. You can actually understand the engagement of that ERG and be able to have metrics around the impact that that's making on the organization and then tie that back to engagement, all of that. And so what we're really looking to do is make it matter to you guys as the admins and be able to help you better do your job, always.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these are such fun features, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
And this is what I get excited about, is because we have our beta clients and we're talking to our beta clients about some of the ways that they are going to be using these pages, and they're giving us ideas of the things that matter most, and they're getting us excited about building certain widgets and building certain functionalities. And so like Awardco's fully invested, and this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to connections.
Literally the tip of the iceberg. And so I know we're like wrapping up. If you guys are interested in learning more about any of these features and want to see them, want to chat with us?
Yeah.
You can. There's a demo button in the upper right corner of your screens. And so you can click on that. Search for us on LinkedIn, Kristen Smith, Jill Anafredi. We're happy to connect and always chat with you. We're also giving sneak peeks to any beta customers.
Yes.
So reach out to us if you would like to further participate in any of those programs. And then real quick, as we wrap up, let's talk about the schedule of when these all are available. So user profiles is currently available.
Yep.
Announcements is also available.
Yes.
And then groups and group pages are in beta, and they'll be generally available July. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I passed the test. Thank goodness. So all of the features are available in some regard currently. So if you would like to test them out, reach out to either your CSM rep, your AE, one of us, and we'll get you connected. Otherwise, they'll all be generally available later this year.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course. I love this.
And all of you, thank you so much for joining and listening about connections. You can tell we're hyped about this. And so hope you guys are as well. Feel free to reach out with any other questions. And thank you so much.
Yeah.